Okay, so this is the start of our trail. We're super excited by it. And we are assuming that ready position. And you can see today we have a bit of an entourage. We have Roy Lopez and a lot of these other amazing canine handlers. Okay, this is always the... Is it going to be the line of shame or not? Did we uncoil this thing properly and throw it really nicely? And we did! We hit it! So that's really nice. Alright, we'll get her fastened up to her vest with her long line. Get her up on that scent article, which is that little white piece of cloth that is spiked into the ground. She gets that scent. Remove the collar. Remove the leash from the collar. She's all hooked up and ready to go. Here we go. Ready? Zook. Boom. That's what I love to see, is an immediate direction of travel. And you can see how excited she is for this trail. She is plowing through it. You can see that tail wagging. Her ears are up and pointed. That's an indication of excitement. Her tail is flicking. She's really interested in what's going on and finding someone. Okay. Here's something that's interesting, right? So you push through.
Search!
Okay, so she's looking for it, looking for it. Okay, now she's backing out. She's a little bit off here. So again, we're a little bit farther off, but you can see her nose comes up, and she's looking, and she's like, I can see that smell. So she's looking up, she's smelling the trail and going, there's not very much odor over here. Okay, so more over here, it's more over here, and getting closer and closer, and then boom, okay, now we're back on the trail. A little bit of distraction right there. But then is following this trail beautifully. We can see that laid down grass, but she is following the odor. And you can see here, there's another turn coming up. And let's see if she follows this turn. Her head's up, she's smelling. She's trying to work out this problem. So you can see she's more engaged. She still has some excitement. Her ears are still back and pointed. And now she's like, is the smell down there? But you can see she's sort of lost it. You can see she's kind of flat. There's a little kind of indication that you can see. I don't know if I can't describe it very well, but when she's off of trail, she gives you this little dance, and it's like, she's lost trail. And maybe the more videos you watch of this, you'll see this, but then she'll be like, back on, boom. Okay, that's in trailing mode. She is in trailing mode. She's on the trail really good, really well. And I think it's more of like this instinct that you get as a canine handler, and as you work enough problems and you work with your dog and you watch them enough, you see these little cues that are hard to explain, but the reality is you know if they're on trail or not. And all of our training just helps to reinforce that and get better and better at realizing, hey, am I on trail here or am I off trail here? So again, you see a little bit of off trail, and I'm immediately going, search. Okay, she's off, so that's an indication we gotta find it. Really good corrections and really good corners. So I think right here I gave her a little
Back to work.
line pull. So I think Roy had stepped in her line or got caught in something. So you can see her head's coming up. She's going, smell. She goes one direction and goes, it's not quite there. And then she's coming back around.
Search.
Now this one I think she has a little more trouble on. So she crosses the trail, is going smell, 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 and then is like,
search, search, search.
Having some issues. But then she comes back. Does she reacquire?
Search.
See, I think at this point we were relatively young in her training, and you can kind of see her tongue is hanging out, and she has And when you get a lengthier trail, it gets a little harder. But also, boom, we found the person. Amazing, boom, big surprise, big reward. It's just a little bit harder to, when the scent gets closer and closer, you can imagine that pool building and building and building. Imagine if that corn dog is finally right there, but it's been sitting there all day. That person had been sitting. Our subject had been lost for several hours, and so that corn dog smell has moved farther and farther and farther out. And so they're moving into this pool, and this pool is this big circular pool that they're trying to punch through and find that center of the pool. And so you can see there's a lot of scent going on in there, and that was our issue, trying to punch into that scent and find it.